Classic Festival 2017 here in Pukekohe. I'm Seth Devereux. I'm joined by a legend, Mr. Paul Treacy. Paul, I'll be honest, I had no idea who you were until the awards gala last year, and since then I've done a relatively modest amount of figuring out how it all puts together, but seeing you guys here this weekend with the whole Grand Prix bikes has been pretty cool. It was before my time, but I have a huge appreciation for how difficult they were to ride and the power delivery and how light and aggressive they were. It's just cool to see them out and about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have these things around, isn't it? It's listen, we've got a great bunch of mates, really, that we worked in the industry, and it's really nice that we're back bringing these old bikes back to life, bringing some of the old guys back to life as well. And really we're just a bunch of mates having fun.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I've been hanging around a wee bit this weekend, and it seems like me and my mates when we go racing, except it's just different machinery and 50 years later.
Well, he's up on the 50. I'm younger than Sinclair. No, listen, we love it, and it's really nice to be able to bring some of these really rare bikes back to New Zealand. Yeah. And we worked all of our working life on two-strokes, and to have particularly these two special bikes here, and with all the riders and the engineers, you know, to having Mike, Stuart, you know, Jeremy Burgess wandering around the paddock, you know, and Cross and Richard Scott, you know, there's just so many, Huey Anderson, you know, we really are a great family, and we love the sport, and we do this for fun. It's cool.
I love the way that you guys interact. There's like a respectful kind of brotherhood about it, which in the young competitive days doesn't exist so much. But I guess as things graduate, it becomes much a kind of a very different relationship.
Yeah, well, I think about Jeremy Burgess, and I said this last night. You know, we worked so close with JB and Dickie Smart and all those boys in the Honda team. You know, we were arch competitors all weekend. You know, but when we all got back to the hotel and we went back to the bar, we were a bunch of Kiwis and Aussies enjoying each other's company, and that's the way we treated each other. And you know, we had a great time, but we hugely respect each other professionally. Yeah. But you know, we're still just Kiwis and Aussies really in the trenches. Yeah.
It's cool being here in this Pukekohe Classic Festival atmosphere. The sun's out, everyone's just wandering around giving each other sausages and beers, and it's just surreal to see the machinery and the people in this setting for everyone that wanted to attend to see. It's unreal.
Yeah, we make a big point of ensuring that the bikes and the riders are really available to all the public. You know, like today we had the YZR. We want to take all its gear off, so you know, sit it on a stand so people can have a look at it, and you know, we don't want to hide it behind a barrier and bloody ropes and all that sort of carry on. We want people to really share in this with us, because at the end of the day, it is about the punters who come in the door, and yeah, we're having a good time, but we don't want to be behind a barrier. We want everybody to come and join us, and
it's fun to share what you enjoy as well. I mean, to see all these people who are as excited about the machinery as you are is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's lovely. We love talking to people about it. I mean, it was our life, and you know, we don't do it professionally anymore, but we still do it to the same level. We don't have enough parts, but that's normal. But you know, we're very, very, very focused on safety, and you know, these things are old and they break, but the number one thing around here is safety. And the great thing about all the guys that we work with, you know, the Mike, myself, and Jebby, and Stewie, we all just know each other for so many years, and everything is about safety. You know, because somebody said to me earlier on when Jebby actually said, "Listen, well, who's riding this thing?" I said, "I don't know. It doesn't really matter." Stewie made a decision on who was going to ride it, you know, 5 minutes before we rolled it out. It doesn't matter who the rider is. We apply the same rules.
The bike's got to be right.
It's got to be right. It's got to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, and it's lovely when we got legends like Huey Anderson, 81 years old, unbelievable, riding that RG. You know, yesterday we said, oh yeah, he rode that good for about a lap and a half. Today he rode it for about 4 laps, just 4 to 5 laps, hard. I mean, That's cool. You know.
I spoke to him before and I said, and because I'm from a different era, when I started racing, we'd already moved on from Pukekohe. It wasn't included in the New Zealand calendar anymore. I started road racing at national level in 2000. And in 2009, I said to him, when did you first race here? He said, I came back from Europe when they just finished it in 1963. And it was like a reality check for me. It was like, what? 1963, when they first built a track which was obsolete before I started racing, was when he first rode here. It's surreal.
Yeah, I mean, Pukekohe is a great legend. Unfortunately, it's quite dangerous, you know. And again, if I just go back to safety, it always worries me. I can't help myself, you know, but it's probably past its use by. But listen, great to have everybody here, and I think we've been through the weekend. We've had no injuries. Lots of breakdowns, but listen, no injuries, which is just fantastic. And you know, we're very cognizant of the track, and it is a bit rough, and there's no runoff. You know, so we're very cognizant of that. But still, it's great to be here because it's part of the legend.
I had to laugh. I went out and looked at the grid earlier, and there's a white dot where the front wheel goes, and about a metre back there's a grey dot above where the crankcases are for the brief moment where they're on the grid. On about the front 3 rows, it kind of made me laugh. If it was a modern championship, would be terrified. They'd be, I can't ride in these conditions, and yet they go out here and they run around and no one gets hurt and it's fun.
Yeah, well, we talked about it last night, didn't we? About the old diesels, as I call them. You know, the lovely 4-strokes. But you know, we came from a 2-stroke era, and of course we like to make fun of that, as that 2-strokes don't very often leak oil. It's not a thing. So no, we have a lot of fun, and again, it's everybody enjoying it, everybody appreciating the equipment we've bought here, and the riders that we've got riding it. It's very special.